GamerDude 2088, and today I want to talk a little bit about my progression. And going into my progression, I've made a lot of gains in the last few months, and I've just noticed that I have been making like a lot of changes just in the way I've been playing, the units I've been using, and how I've been going about the game in general. Now, I'm big on making things work, especially if you don't have something that does work. I'm big on making things work, and even if I do have something that do work, I still tend to like to do things a little different from the norm in this game. This is pretty much how you just kind of create like this new hybrid way of just playing and building monsters and just building these specific teams and everything, because you just don't build monsters in general, you build teams. Sometimes you build teams around certain monsters just so those monsters can shine and do the best they can, like my Miyang here, because Miyang is bae. I love her to death. Should have built her sooner. But anyway, I want to specifically talk about this challenge that I've been doing for the month of March. Just like in the title, no Vero, no Bella. And I mean, bullshit you not, after free room removal, I stripped Bella and Vero's rooms. Like, they have no rooms at all, period. And I put some of their rooms are in the box, some of them are on other monsters, because I kind of noticed myself as I've been progressing using Bella and Vero less. Like, I don't use them in any of my dungeons. This current TOA and the last TOA, I practically YOLO through the most of it. Where I did need maybe a healer or something like that, Miyang was kind of like filling that position. I really didn't need them per se. And the only places I really use Vero and Bella is in the PvP side of the game, Guild Wars, RTA, Arena, those kind of things. And those were the only places I see myself using them. And it's like, well, I don't quite need them that much anymore. So let me challenge myself and go the whole month of March and not use them, period. And I'm kind of seeing where I'm at in my progression. And like with the Hall of Heroes that just passed, normally I get up to B8, complete that, and can't do B9. This time I was stuck at B6. So I see that I do still need them in certain areas, because I do use Bella and Vero and HOH when those come around. So I'm not fully at that level where I just don't need them, period, or just even less than what I have been using them. And I figured, like, well, I can take the challenge. I can take the challenge and try my best to do things. I was really hoping, because I never tried to go up against Lirith and like with like a YOLO comp or anything like that, or just like a speed damage comp. I never tried it before, so I wasn't sure if I was able to do it, because she's a little tougher than the other boss, Anthros or whatever his name is. She's a little tougher than him. Figured out, had to go on YouTube, of course, look at a couple videos just to see what other people did, and I kind of got the gist of you still have to kill the ads first. And I pretty much was able to kill her before she even got the ads back out. She wasn't able to do nothing. It was just like
raw damage, body bags.
I dropped her. That shit was nothing.
With this challenge, I kind of see the game in a different light, because I mean, through your beginning, early game progression, going all the way through mid game, it's like Bella and Vero is like staples. They're necessary throughout the game. You use them everywhere. I mean, through your first Giants team, through Dragons, Bella transition into Necro, like a starter build for Necro. Even though I just built my Necro team and I built it without Bella in it. My whole intention was to do it without Bella, just because I have YE, and YE I was building as my main healer. So the team is kind of built around her. And this is my current team, a full fire team. My main damage dealer being Shiwa. YE is kind of like the secondary damage dealer. My Giant's Wa, because my Wa is really not built for Necro, but it works just because she's pretty well roomed. my raid Colleen, and she's not quite macro build either, just because my speed syncing with my monsters is all off. But it does work. And then my Adrian, who does a pretty good job at what he does. He's mostly skilled up. I know I need only like a couple in his first attack. So with this SD that's coming up this weekend, that's going to be excellent just to be able to get those last couple skill ups for him. Just because I kind of been bullshitting on that. So that's pretty cool. And they've been pretty consistent for the most part. I get a couple failures here and there, but generally it runs smooth. Within this new transition that I have been making into the game, it's just had me thinking a little outside of the box. Just let me try to do something else. So I kind of want to challenge a few people that's in the mid level of mid game, where I call like a T3, which is tier 3, 4 tiers in the level of mid game. I still haven't put out my tier system video. I still got to do that. So the community that's outside of my own can understand what the tiers are. But generally, I'm talking to the people that's around tier 3, tier 4. That's pretty much like giants, maybe doing necro raid 4 or 5 ish, somewhere around there, like people that's doing that. Conqueror 1, maybe 2 at the most, but like between Fighter 3 and Conqueror 2, though, people that's on that kind of level. I'm challenging you guys because I know a lot of you still use Bella and Vero in your composition, and just try it out. Just take a month off, de-rolling them, and just see what you can do. See where you at in the game. See how far you can go without using them, because you probably still using them in a few places, but maybe you can come up with something else that you don't need them. I think it's pretty cool. This is something that I just wanted to do personally, so you don't have to out there if you don't want to. I'm just saying, try it out. Just see how things are for you. But for the month of April, I thought of something even better, something that would take my progression probably to a downfall, or it would send it up. I was going to go and do a no Bernard challenge. Like, Bernard is like arena staple, just PvP staple, real good for like giants. Even though I don't use him for giants, he's mostly PvP for me. And I was thinking of like taking his runes and maybe putting it on like my Orion or something, or just putting them on another monster for the whole month of April, just to see how I can do as far as everything PvP related without him, just to see where I'm at. Because like currently, my refresh, my arena team is these guys right here. I'm not even using Bernard. I mean, I do got my Bernard comps and everything, but I've been doing this team for a while. Because it's been pretty cool. My Megan's really not all that fast though. Like she's okay, but most fights I get into, I generally win. Sometimes I get shocked when they have like a Sierra lead or something, and then I outspeed I outspeed them, and they have like Bernard on the team as well, and it's like I outspeed the Bernard. I don't get how that works sometimes. Maybe these people is just lower ranked than I am, so that's probably why I'm outspeeding them. I figure since I've been using that team mostly, and I generally fall within like Fighter 3 most of the time, at least if I just try to get myself up there. And then I want to try a few different things with my defense as well, just to see if things work. If I have like Orion on my defense and have him really fast, just to see how it will work for me. Like, will my defense perform better since he's a 5-star? Will people think that it's an easy cleave to go up against my defense? Because a lot of people fall for like my Trap Freya because she's only 4-star, and they hit my defense, and some people will just fail there. So I just wanted to try out some things, just to see where I'm at. Where the hell is Freya? There she go. Like, just to see where I'm at in the game, and try to figure out how I'm going to make that next step forward. Because I like beating my head against the wall. That's like one of the big things. I like figuring things out on my own and not really look for a lot of help. Like I might ask questions around in the community just to figure things out, but I don't try to go deep into trying to find every little percent, every little stat, every little math equation and number, because all that shit is bullshit anyway. Just based on personal testing myself. So it's like I don't like to get that far and deep into details, just because something that works for one person might not work the same for other. But that's for another video. I'm not going to get too deep off into that. Then I've been working a little bit on like my raid team, just trying to get them. I want to get to Sarian on my raid team, because there's a Twitch streamer by the name of Jabberwocky that use him in his raid team. Of course, for the resistance lead, I like running resistance lead, and him and Praha has that 41% resistance lead, which is like insane. And he's not a bad monster. He's not a bad monster to have. He what says that? Yeah, he has that defense break that he can land on his second skill, which is pretty cool. And I mean, I kind of got him built. I just don't have his runes leveled, and I need a 6-star him and all of that. Awaken him as well, because I haven't really did too much with him. He's just been sitting around, and like I didn't really have a purpose yet for him, and I'm like I want to try it out just to see how it works. And like my current raid team, and I kind of been switching, and I'm like R4 at best. I do have R5 unlocked, but I haven't really like roomed my monsters to do R5, because it's just not currently the priority that I'm shooting for. So my current team right now is these guys here, and sometimes I take Ling Ling out and put in Shiwa in the back line just for that brand and a shit ton more damage for faster clears. And I know a lot of people will be looking like, well, why you got Ling Ling there? Why not Shaolin? Because my fucking Ling's a beast. I love her to death. I had her before she was even a fusion, and I always like wanted to put her together, and I pretty much use her everywhere. I mean, I put her on AD, Guild Wars defense, used her in RTA. For a while, she was the only AoE stripper that I had, so I was using her to go up against Chloe teams and take them out. I used to run her, I think it was speed, HP, defense, but now I got her on attack, defense, HP. A crazy ass build, but it works so well because she does a shit ton of damage. She can take a decent hit. I like to have more HP on her. And then I was building her for Necro. It was working, but the team wasn't actually quite consistent enough. But she was definitely doing a good job. And generally, she'd do the most damage. I don't get how, but she'd do the most damage. And then the boss would take her, and then I got nothing but fire monsters, so it's easy to knocking her down and bringing her back. So that was pretty cool. So I didn't put her speed room back and left the attack room just to keep the little extra damage that she's able to deal. And it was pretty cool for me. I really like her a lot. I really like her. I think she's a real underrated monster. A lot of people, just because the other Kung Fu girls like have have a better skill set, I would say, and to a certain extent, is like for what they're used for, they excel. She's more like a jack of all trades. She can be used anywhere pretty much and do well. She's just not the greatest in every place, but you can take her practically anywhere in the game, and she would do just as good as the rest of the team she's built around. Moving on. Well, let's go back into the Kairos dungeon. Dragons. This is the current Dragons team that I've been using. I kind of switch between teams. I do have a different team when I like play it on my phone. I do have a different team that I use. Sometimes I throw Sig in. I guess I just rotate between Sig and Tayor. The runs are generally about the same. Excuse me, but it's real inconsistent on time for me, because like it was I can do as best as like 1 minute and maybe like 48 seconds or something like that, and then sometimes it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's really inconsistent on times, but it's a decent team, and it does work. Mostly is because I rely a lot on Spectre, because Spectre will crit the dragon for about 24k, and I mean that's like insane damage just to see my Spectre do on the boss. And I got Spectre room, speed, crit damage, HP. I wanted to try out speed, crit damage, attack. I haven't did it yet, but I probably just mess around with the next free room removal just to see what I can do. He got okay crit rate. I like a little more, but the crit damage is pretty nice, and he hits like a truck. So he like pretty much just go through monsters quick. He if he doesn't one shot something, he definitely take out most of the attack bar on most things uh, in the game. Well, as far as dragons go, he does a considerable amount of damage, and the boss dies relatively quick when he attacks. Now, for my Giants team, I've been running the same Giants team I've been for the last few months. This is not the team. I was trying something recently. Uh, my Giants team normally goes where they this you and where's the last one? You. Yep. And I normally go crit rate lead with Tashar. And then this can get me sub 1 minute, like from time to time. Generally, it's like a minute 30 to sub 1 minute rounds. It average maybe like 110, 105, somewhere around there. When I use this team, what I'm going to end up doing, I don't think I have the monster on me. I want to get Y out. I know Bark was the HOH recently, and a lot of people has been using Bark, but just like I said earlier in the video, I don't like doing things like everyone else. I like being different. I like standing out. So I was going to take Y out. And where's the monster? In my storage somewhere. In the storage. What the hell are you? And I'm slightly working on this guy, Logan. What made me do that was I was looking at an account on my stream, and I generally can like tell where a person at in the game based on the stats that they have and the monsters that they use. And I'm looking at this count, and I'm like, it looked like he could be just getting into GV10, but just not quite able to do it. Now I noticed he had Logan, but I didn't pay him no attention because who builds Logan? Nobody uses Logan. And I'm like, you probably getting ready to get into GB10, and the guy says in the chat like, what if I'm already doing GB10? And I'm thinking like, all right, what team are you using? And when he said he used Logan on his team, and he getting like 3 minute runs with him, and he has no AOE damage at all, I'm like, well, maybe that's something that I didn't really think about so much. And then he does also have attack bar manipulation as well, and then he can slow down monsters too on his third skill. So that kind of really helps a lot. Then we say he got dots, and what else he got? Defense break. So yeah, he got some okay skills to work with. I figure I probably have to skill him up for him to be effective, but I definitely want to test him out, try him out. I do got like some whatever like leftover rooms that I had, probably like level those up just to see what happened. I'm building on. I'm trying to build him for accuracy more than anything, just so he can land his debuff, so I can make sure he get that attack bar uh, back. And then since he has the elemental advantage rather than the disadvantage, I can probably get more damage out of him than I could with Wob being built as a tank. And maybe then I can change my Wob so she can do necro. She can just do the necro and be built for the necro team, and probably find a better place for her rooms. Maybe if I can get some of her rooms on him, because she has some decent rooms. But I'll see what I can do later. So that's kind of what I'm really working with, and what's going on with me. I've been meaning to do an update. I haven't did one in a while, so it's been a lot that's been going on my account in the last 4 months. It's been since maybe December, November, since I gave any kind of update on what I've been doing in the game and what's been going on with my account and everything. So yeah, this month I got the no Vero, no Bella challenge, Next month, I'm going to do a No Bernard challenge and all these little different things that I'm working on. For the most part, right now, my biggest focus is the Necro team. I'm really working to get them. Just want to get some PvP rooms just to see if I can push a little further. Then I'll go back to like my normal dungeon team rooms and stuff, dragon rooms and giant rooms, just so I can improve those as well. Get me some more decent sets out of them, and then probably start pushing towards getting the new Giants team together and improving the Dragons team maybe slightly just to see what I have. If I can farm and get some better rooms, then I'll do that. Then probably the big thing after the Giants team will be trying to get into R5. I'm sure I'll be able to do it just to see where I'm at. And then there's a lot of monsters that I want to 6-star so bad. So eventually that will be done. That will be done, and I'll see how things work out once I get to that stage. I'll probably do an update maybe once a month just to keep everybody informed on what's going on with the gamer dude and his account and everything. For the people that do like to watch the content and all of that. And I know this video has gone on for long enough, but thank you for everybody that's made it this far into the video. That appreciate all the people that's been supporting me on Twitch. A lot of people that do watch the YouTube urge you to come out on Twitch, hang out, because we have a lot of fun. I know everybody has like crazy schedules and everything, but just like show up sometimes. We got the Wednesday rune optimization stream, we got the Friday account review stream, and then I do stream other games throughout the week, but generally my Summoners War crew is hanging with me all the time, and we still talk Summoners War no matter what game is being played, and then we still have the random Summoners War streams throughout the week as well. So this is the Gamer Dude signing out. I'll see you guys hopefully sooner than later. Please don't be a salty bitch. Much love to the gaming community. Much love to the Summoners War community. Much love to the people in 2088 land. And deuces.